It's been a month since the Taliban took control of Kabul, and the path ahead for Afghanistan is still unclear. Thousands of Afghan students studying in India are no longer sure if they should return home. Ishan Garg with more.
When Ahmed Bahir arrived in India 6 years ago, he had his future planned out. As a student of economics, he'd hoped to become successful in Kabul's banking industry. But now he's utterly unsure if there will still be the kind of jobs he wants to go home to. Afghanistan's banking system was plunged deeper into crisis after the Western-backed government collapsed and the Taliban took over last month. And there is no clarity on when it will be fully operational again.
I have made this huge investment into knowledge section, into studies, my studies in this sector, and whether this is the capital that I have gathered all this time, and if this capital becomes worthless in a society, then of course, I mean that won't be a good society for me to go there.
Bahir is among the 14,000 Afghan students currently enrolled in Indian colleges. Many Afghans have come to India to study, among them Afghanistan's former president Hamid Karzai. Access to over 1,000 scholarships, geographical proximity, low cost of living and cultural similarities makes India an attractive study destination. But unlike generations past, Bahir and his peers don't want to go back to Afghanistan. Many are urging Indian authorities to extend their visas. The men see no economic promise in returning, while the women worry about losing basic human rights. Few are as desperate to stay as Hamid. He's a member of Afghanistan's mainly Shia Muslim Hazara community, previously persecuted by the Taliban. He's afraid he could be killed if he goes back. His name has been changed to protect his identity.
If I go back to the country, who will guarantee that I will be safe? No one will guarantee. So that's why I'm resistant to stay in India and asking from the government of India to provide us visa extension and giving us a scholarship for higher studies.
His education in India was funded by an Indian Council for Cultural Relations scholarship. He has completed his studies and his visa has now expired. So he's not eligible for the funds anymore, leaving him to fend for himself. The Indian government has repeatedly promised assistance to Afghans, both to those who are looking to leave their country and to those who are already here. All cases of expired visas are now being directly overseen by the Interior Ministry. Officials say that this will make sure that those who need protection are able to stay back. While that may be the plan officially, the devil is in the details. Analysts say these visa extensions could be a long process since they are judged on a case-by-case basis. To legally reside in India for a longer period of time, Afghans will have to be studying or working in the country. Otherwise, they have to apply as refugees. But legal experts say India's lack of a refugee law will make things difficult. The Indian government may also find it hard to formulate policies with respect to Afghan nationals in the country, especially as the Taliban's stance on several key issues is unclear.
In some ways, it would be prudent for New Delhi also to frame its response post-Taliban's views on what they want, how they want to tackle the situation, because that would allow India also to respond to that more nimbly and do more about Afghan students.
Hamid has had no response to his pleas for assistance, but he says he will continue to write to NGOs for help. For Bahir, his thoughts are on his family, who are in Afghanistan without a clear indication of what living under the new Taliban government will be like. Both hope to go back home one day, but would like the day to be farther rather than closer, so they can be sure they are returning to a more secure future. Ishan Garg, CNA, New Delhi.